In 2019, I lost my employment. I was working with UNICEF, and somehow they moved their office from Nairobi to Mogadishu. And me being a national of Kenya, I lost my employment. After that, so I came and leased this land and say, let me start with onions.
I came here the year 2013 is when I bought the first portion.
So I did onions in the first season. It wasn't very profitable because then I was learning on a larger scale and I didn't follow the steps correctly. One of the things that happened during that time is that I bought seeds. And you know, for onions, I bought seedlings. One onion seedling goes for 1 shilling. And for an acre, you need like 256,000. But for some people, they sell at 60,000 for enough seedlings for an acre. So after planting, what happened, there poured a lot of rainfall, which washed some of the seedlings, and then there was heavy rainfall. If you remember, in 2019 there was a lot of rainfall, and so you weed today, tomorrow the weeds are up because there was much rainfall, and so that made a competition very high between the crop and the weeds. So at the end of the day, I got very small tiny bulbs. Then I was doing that farming with some friends who gave up after seeing the losses. I continued because I learned a lesson in 2009 when I did a wheat farming and gave up because I didn't get good profit, and those farmers who continued made very good profit. So I didn't want to give up again, so I continued. I picked up pieces and continued with the farming. Then I did 1 full acre, but this time around I did my own onion seed bed. It really did well, the seed bed, and then I transplanted to the main bed. In the main bed, I received some challenges. The farm hand I had then decided to leave my crop when it needed a lot of care. So I started struggling with somebody else who didn't have a lot of knowledge, but I made a few coins here and there. I can say that was just for the seeds and maybe labor. I still continued, but this time around I said, let me do on a more smaller scale. Instead of an acre, let me do something that I can manage. So that's why these days I'm doing half an acre or maybe a quarter an acre. So I'm still struggling to satisfy the market. I did kienyeji vegetables, and I got a lot of demand than what I could supply. Even for the onions, recently I wasn't able to supply the market very well. I have customers who missed onions, and you know, when your customers miss something that you really wanted to supply to them, then you end up losing the customer trust in you. So I've been looking at how to ensure that I have constant supply so that my customers don't miss, and that's why I've decided to partition the land into small portions. I plant my crops on a more regular basis so that every month I have harvest going on. Yeah.
We are doing some poultry, chicken together with turkeys, and with these ones they don't have much challenges. So long as you feed them well, they are okay. And in fact, with the turkeys, it is like they give a bit a good yield or benefit than even chicken, because when you sell a egg of a turkey is 100 shillings, When you sell a big turkey is 4 to 5,000 shillings. A small one is 1,000 to 1,500. And then we have not stopped there. We have put some dairies. Dairies, they are not those ones we call it pure, serious dairies, but with what we have currently, we have 6 together with the calves, and the yield is good, and we can see people are really in need of milk. We are milking 2 now currently, and 1 and 2 are about to calf. If I am presuming that if both of the 4 of them will do milking, then we will get a good quantity of milk, and as such, the market is already there. Everybody is asking milk, but then now we are not able to meet the demand. But then the challenge is if you don't get a good worker who can take care of them, they really give you some problems. But so long as you have enough food, more especially hay, then there is no much problem. And another thing, you should have somebody who knows that at least once or twice a week should be sprayed. I've realized that you may do other business, but the business of farming is very good because there is no single day one would live without eating, and therefore the farming is very good. It's very, very good. You may not miss something to get just even a day. You can get your 500 shillings, and the life continues.